What's going on, guys? It is BlueCubes, and we are back again with another Bad League deck profile. This is for November 2020, Week 4. First place was won by NovaDrakeDom with Dragonmaids, which we are here with Dom right now. How's it going, my guy?
Yeah, it's going fine. A little late, but it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. So you took Dragonmaids. We'll get to the list in a second, but I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. Why did you decide to bring this to the event?
When it was announced in OCG, like just the archetype itself, well, obviously, come on, like Dragon Waifus, dude. As an anime fan, you can't pass up on that. But in TCG, it didn't do jack shit. But in bad format, it's actually good. So yeah, gotta play the deck you like.
Yeah, and I mean, you swept up. It's an established, high-performing deck in the format, and I think you definitely have a really cool build, which we're going to go ahead and jump over to now. Here is your list, which I have up on screen. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about the Dragonmaid core, because I feel like a lot of it's very established. You want to play 3 Chamber, 3 Parlor, a couple Kitchens, all of your best cards in the core. Your ratios seem fine. But what a lot of people have done in Bad in the past is played a very, pure Dragonmaid, not a lot of extra deck outside of the fusions, just not playing Dragon Link engines per se, but just a high hand trap count. How did you get at the idea for this build, featuring things like Red MD, Nocto, Baby Metal?
It started with the three Omni Negations build with Herald, Cross Ship, and Show. Because Red MD just was one card Romulus. Romulus was Phalanx, and it was Link Cross with Herald, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So that was its original idea. After the ban of Herald, this engine is still good because Red MD is just a free monster reborn, a free extender, and the most important part is actually a level 5 or higher dragon monster, which you need for show.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So red black metal or 1/1 just always equals a show almost.
Yeah, which is one of the best Omni negates of the format, if not the.
Yeah, I mean people can't beat show pass. It's established already.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, so just walk me through it real quick. So, what is the Romulus? Romulus is searching Dragon Ravine in this build?
Now you search Dragon Ravine because, you can still play Phalanx if you want with Lawns, but it's just 2 extra breaks, and, the only thing it would do is just give you an extra Link 2 on field, which isn't necessary for going first. I mean, it could be good in later turns to, just have almost 1 card Boral load, but it didn't seem useful to me. But Ravine, actually, when I was playtesting, I didn't run Ravine or Romulus because I thought, without Herald, the combo is just dead, and Romulus doesn't do much. But after playtesting, I wanted a generic Link 2 that's a dragon and not just Cross Sheep. And yeah, just to get a free advantage, I did add Ravine. I first thought it was just going to be, just a random add a brick, but after playtesting with it, I realized that just Dragon Ravine and Tiding is just another monster reborn.
Yeah, and it also gives you access to Galactic Spiral Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Galactic Spiral came back into the deck only because I started playing Ravine again. Galactic Spiral is also great because he's a level 5 or higher dragon, so if you have 2 Dragonmaids on the field, you can do changeover plus Galactic Spiral into Show. And then if your other Dragonmaid monster is a Chamber, you can summon Galactic Spiral because Show is also light. And then you just have Show and Harbinger.
Yeah, which is really nice. So, yeah, like I said, I think a lot of your Dragon core looks really clean, and most of it doesn't need too much explanation. Black Metal for Red MD, Noct Division is an insane extender that is a level 5 or higher dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it chain blocks Romulus, and gives you an extra draw in hand, so it's insane. But I also wanted to talk about like your main deck Disruption, which is you're playing 3 Veiler, 2 Ogre, and 3 Cosmic. Why did you choose this hand trap lineup?
Well, Veiler's just generic, you know. We don't have Imperm, but Veiler's generic, works on almost everything except hand effects. Ogre, well, we don't have Gamma, but in bad format, just the removal of a monster is strong enough most of the times. And Cyclones, well, you know, I didn't want to just go pure combo, go Burr. I was like, you know, we do need some back row removal, because, yeah, back row sometimes hurts the deck if you don't have extenders.
Yeah, for sure. Moving into the extra deck, like, you play 2 shoot, 3 house. Why do you just not play a 3rd shoot because you never go into it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the 3rd shoot never comes up because should just bounce itself back anyways, but you have to play 3 house, because if it does come to 2 shoe and you already used a house, yeah, you can't. Shoe needs a house and extract to be able to negate.
Yeah. We already talked about the Hope Harbinger for Galactic Spiral. Borreload, just it's a staple. We don't need to mention Borreload here.
Yeah.
Cross sheet makes a lot of sense since like you can fusion under it and bring back and trigger some of your lady Dragonmaids.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're actually playing Geonator Transversor. Did this come up for you at all in the event?
Yo, well, this card is nuts. This card is just the next tier 0 in bad format. Anyone who doesn't play around it just gives you a free win.
Yeah, no, it's so good. For anybody who doesn't know, it's creature swap, right? Like it's
non-targetable creature swap, and also
it
has a random protection effect against card effects to monster it points to. So if you summon Borreload under it, your Borreload is untargetable by monster effects, and it can't be destroyed by card effects.
That's so nice. Like it's pretty great for bad format.
Yeah, in the tournament that I didn't top, it also came up, and like I just stole Mutant's spell negator, and like at the next turn he just passed.
Yeah, good card. We're also playing Phoenix and Anima, good, like Phoenix, good generic card. Most every extra should probably be playing Phoenix. Anima, because you play level 1s and it can be cheeky. Another way to punish people, like by having both Anima and Transversor in the deck, it means your opponent only has 1 safe zone, which is the far right. Everything else is susceptible. So being able to play both is incredibly strong. 2 strikers, because linking off baby metal is good, and the topologic Trisbana. Like, are you just making this and passing on it and then like triggering it in the battle phase?
No. It was just a free spot. I was like, okay, what am I gonna put in? I'm not gonna put in another Link 4 because I'm not playing a Phalanx engine. So like, Link 4 takes a lot of resources. Cerberus doesn't seem good enough. I can just walk over it with half of my deck, you know, having only 3 Cyclone in the main deck and 3 Twin Twisters inside, you know, just having an access to like back row removal is nice, because I can just Monster Reborn like a Dragonmaid that I have multiples in grave and just banish it and be like, yeah, well, back row, bye bye.
Great. Moving into the side deck, like the first card is something that you don't see a lot in bad format, but you chose to play as Artifact Lancia. What matchups were this for? Was this just for Mutant?
No, not just for Mutant. It is nice to against Mutant. They just say pass turn, but I was thinking more about the PK decks, because they do build a lot of advantage, and like the double or triple Fog Blade is not easy to play around with.
Yeah, no, it definitely can be a power card against certain decks, and the PK decks are a great example of that. Lava Golem I found was interesting. Why did you opt to play Lava Golem as opposed to Santa Claus?
Well, because normal summon is a lot of times important in this deck, but in this deck I run like 8 Foolish Burials and 9 Monster Reborns, so most of the times I can just skip my normal summon.
Yeah, and 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1.
Yep.
is Forbidden Chalice just like you're swapping out for going first?
Yeah, I mean it's going first and second because against just decks that spam the field, like I don't know DDDs, you know, just having one extra negation is good against stuff like Crystal Wing, because Crystal Wing is just gamma.
Yeah, or in the mirror match, like I think a lot of people really underestimate the power of just chalicing a shoe in the standby phase and then just.
No, you don't do it in standby phase. You do it in draw phase, so they can't even trigger shoe.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Just don't even chain it to shoe. Just don't even let them trigger it. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
of
right.
course.
Of course. All right, and I see you're playing the Dark Hole replacement.
Yep.
Lightning Vortex. You know, Dark Hole and Regeki were recently banned because they become just such powerful blowout cards of the format.
Yep.
in such a slow kind of conservative format like this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a much more reasonable form. You know, it is basically Regeki, but it does require a cost.
I mean, it actually won me the game by being a discard one rather than Dark Hole or Regeki, because Lava Golem restricts you from normal summoning, but Lightning Vortex discarded Chamber. I activated Monster Reborn, summoned Chamber, and ended the Chew. I mean, you saw the feature match.
I did.
I Lava Golem Lightning Vortex to the Ultima's deck.
It was a total blowout. And yeah, lastly, Twin Twisters, just because you don't want to lose to a back row deck. Like,
no.
Not at all. We don't do that around here.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
What's also great about this deck, if you start with Parlor rather than Chamber, and like just go to change over through Parlor, you can play around Santa Claus, because with Parlor, when you revive it in standby phase with Show, you just pitch a Tiding. They Santa Claus your Show, and you're like, okay, on resolution, Tiding, revive Show and defense, and 2k defense boot these most of the times enough to at least be able to still negate something worthwhile.
So before we wrap up here, we are getting a little bit short on time. Is there anything you're planning on changing about the deck?
Yes, the spice deck of the Burning Abyss player, the enemy controller, is just nuts. Would have actually won me the game against DDDs if because my Parlor got chaliced and I didn't have extenders. But if I had enemy controller instead of the hand trap, I would have played it around it and just actually won the game probably off that.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for enemy controller to become a staple of the format. It's such a fun card. Well, not for your opponent, but
yeah. And to notice, the only games I lost is when I didn't open a single level 4 lower kit, how it's called, Dragonmaid, or like access to it through Boreal Reborns or whatever.
I really feel like that's the nature of Dragonmaids, though. If you don't open the girls,
you brick only on the big Dragonmaids. Those are the only bricks.
Well, cool. Thank you so much, Don, for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I wish you luck. Congrats on topping. I can't wait to hopefully see you next week taking it up again.
I mean, shoot past best deck.
Shoot past best deck. All right, guys. This is Lube Cubes signing off.